Aye, greetings, Celts. Welcome aboard for what promises to be a roller coaster ride through the final chapter of this Celtic season. The business end is upon us, and with the SPFL post-split fixtures now confirmed, we're looking at a ruin that's shaping up to be nothing short of seismic. 7 matches, 3 competitions, and a treble still within our grasp. The path's laid out, and the boys have their fate in their own hands. It all kicks off this coming Sunday at Hampden Park, a place that carries weight and legacy in equal measure. Celtic take on St Johnstone in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup with kickoff set for 3 p.m. It's not just another match, it's an occasion, a chance to book our place in the final to keep the treble dream alive, and perhaps most importantly, to exact a bit of revenge. Let's no forget it was St Johnstone who got the better of us just 10 days ago, handing us a sore one when few expected it. That result, if anything, serves as a warning. Nothing's won on reputation alone, but a big pitch at Hampden with our quality and movement should suit us down to the ground. The likes of Maeda Hatate and O'Reilly will relish the space, and if we can click into gear early, it could be a long afternoon for the Saints. Now should we come through that test unscathed, and victorious attention quickly turns to Tannadice. The following Saturday, a lunchtime clash, 12:30 p.m. kickoff against Dundee United. And here's the kicker, we could win the league there and then. Just 1 point is needed to clinch the title. But of course, no one wants to crawl over the line. We want to do it with style, swagger, and a performance befitting of champions. 3 years ago, under Ange Postecoglou, we sealed the league at Tannadice in what was a dramatic and emotional night under the lights. The performance that evening was in truth a bit jittery. Nerves pressure, the magnitude of it all perhaps weighing on the players. But none of that mattered come full time. It was a night that will live long in the memory. This time around though, it's not under the floodlights but in the bright daylight of Saturday, and there's a chance for Celtic to deliver a statement to show that we're not just limping across the finish line but sprinting through it. And if by some twist of fate United were to pull off an upset and beat us, then all roads lead to Ibrox the following week, where another shot at clinching the league would await. Imagine that, securing the title on enemy turf. But let's be honest, we'd rather have it wrapped up before then. Following that, we're back at Celtic Park for a home fixture against Hibs. Depending on how results fall, that could feel like a bit of a dead rubber. But even in those matches, there's pride, rhythm, and sharpness to play for, especially with the Scottish Cup final potentially looming. The midweek trip to Pittodrie to face Aberdeen is the only midweek fixture in the post-split calendar and might also carry little in the way of consequence by then. But again, it's a chance to maintain momentum. Then comes Trophy Day, Saturday, May 17th, Celtic Park, 12:30 p.m. kickoff against St Mirren. The coronation, the culmination of a long, at times challenging season, and a chance for the fans to give the boys a proper send-off. Flags, confetti songs echoing through the East End of Glasgow. It's what every title-winning season builds toward, and it never gets old. If all goes according to plan, it'll be the 2nd year in a row we lift the Premiership trophy on home soil, but the season might not end there. One more match could remain. Saturday, May 24th, Hampden Park, Scottish Cup final. The opponent yet to be determined. The kickoff time still TBC, but the opportunity monumental. A chance to complete the treble. A chance for the squad, and Brendan Rodgers especially, to re-establish that sense of Celtic dominance that's been slightly questioned in patches this season. Win that, and suddenly any wobble we endured in the middle months feels like a distant memory. And speaking of those wobbles, let's not sugarcoat it. There was a period not too long ago where spirits were low, performances dipped questions, whereas frustrations aired. But something shifted recently. Against Kilmarnock last weekend, we witnessed arguably one of our best first-half performances of the entire season. Slick passing, relentless pressing, clinical finishing. It was Celtic football the way it should be. A 51 result sent a clear message we're hitting form at the right time, and there's no better moment to do so than when silverware is on. The line. Looking ahead, there are more stories developing too. Greg Taylor's time at the club is seemingly drawing to a close. It's been a journey for him, from doubted signing to dependable starter, and his final weeks in the hoops could be emotional. Will we see a display from the North Curve to honor him similar to the one they gave Joe Hart last year? Time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Greg has earned his place in the Celtic story. Now, let's not forget Europe. While our domestic Runin takes center stage, there's a European subplot quietly bubbling away. With just one more point needed to secure the league, that same point also guarantees our place in next season's Champions League qualifying. But here's the twist. Unlike previous years, Celtic will not be going straight into the league phase of the Champions League. We'll have to navigate one round of qualifying, just one, but still it's a hurdle, and whether we're seeded or unseeded for that playoff round is still up in the air. It all depends on how things play out for a list of 8 clubs across Europe. Clubs like Red Bull Salzburg, Shakhtar Donetsk, Bodo Glimt Copenhagen, and Ferencváros, all of whom currently have a higher UEFA coefficient than us. If 5 or more of those 8 make it to the same playoff round, we'll likely be unseeded facing a tougher draw. If 4 or more fall by the wayside, we'll be seeded. Simple as that. For now, projections have us just outside the seeded bracket. But that could change. Salzburg are 5 points off the top in Austria, Shakhtar are trailing in Ukraine, and a few of the others like Olympiacos and Red Star Belgrade might have to come through earlier, qualifying rounds leaving them vulnerable. Nothing's decided yet, and we'll be keeping a close eye on those leagues as the season winds down. But even if we end up unseeded, it's not the end of the world. We're still Celtic. We've shown in Europe this season that we can go toe-to-toe with some of the continent's elite. Remember that night in Munich, seconds away from beating Bayern on their own patch. We're not pushovers. We've got pedigree. And while no draw will be easy, none will be impossible either. So deep breath. The final act is about to begin. 7 matches that could define a season. A league to win, a cup to chase, a treble within reach. This is what it's all about. This is Celtic. Let's finish it the way we started. Together with belief, passion, and pride in every kick of the ball. And remember, no matter where you are, stay with us. Whether you're heading abroad for any of the remaining matches or just want to keep your online world secure, you might want to check out a good VPN. I know it's a shameless plug, but it helps the channel, and it means you can still watch Celtic wherever you are in the world. The link's in the description as always. All right, that's us for now. Enjoy your Tuesday, look after yourselves, and let the countdown begin. Catch you tomorrow, folks. Right, so we've set the scene for what's ahead, but now let's dive a wee bit deeper into what this run truly means. Not just for the club, but for the fans, the players, and everyone who bleeds green and white. Because make no mistake, we're not just talking about football matches here. We're talking about moments that shape memories, that define eras, that etch themselves into the very soul of this club. The tension, the anticipation, the joy, and the heartbreak. It's all part of the Celtic tapestry, and what lies ahead has the potential to be one of those unforgettable chapters. Let's start with Brendan Rodgers. His return to Celtic Park was met with mixed feelings, and that's putting it kindly. After the way he left, many didn't see a path back. But football's a funny game, isn't it? Time heals, results speak louder than words. And if he guides this team to a treble, all those old wounds may very well be forgiven. Not forgotten, mind you, but certainly softened. Rodgers has brought a tactical maturity to this side that at times has been frustrating to watch. The patience in build-up, the constant recycling of possession, the over-reliance on structure. But when it clicks, when it actually comes together, you see the method in the madness. That Kilmarnock game, for instance, wasn't just about goals. It was about control, about setting a tempo and suffocating the opponent. That's Rodgers' ball at its best. Now let's talk about the players, the ones who will be asked to carry us over the line. Joe Hart, who's already confirmed this will be his final season. What a presence he's been. He might not have the same spring in his step he once had, but he commands his box, organizes his defense, and brings a level of calm that filters through the backline. He'll want to go out with a bang, no doubt. The scenes last year when the fans honored him were special, and you can bet similar tributes are being planned for his final appearances. He's been a class act on and off the pitch. Then there's Callum McGregor, our skipper, our heartbeat. He's battled injury this season, and you could see how much we missed him when he was out. There's no one better at keeping things ticking in the midfield, at controlling the pace linking play. But beyond that, he's the emotional anchor of this side. He gets it. He understands what it means to wear that armband, to carry the weight of the badge. And in these final weeks, his leadership will be absolutely crucial. Further up the park, Matt O'Reilly has stepped into the spotlight. His development this season has been nothing short of sensational. Technically gifted, tactically intelligent. And with an eye for goal, he's become one of the first names on the team sheet. And if the rumors are true, this could be his final stretch in a Celtic shirt. The big clubs are circling, and if the right offer comes in over the summer, you'd imagine the board might be tempted. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's here now, he's focused. And if he can end this campaign with silverware in hand, he'll leave a hero. Maeda's another one who deserves a mention. His work rate is outrageous. Genuinely, there are few players in world football who run as much as he does. But it's not just aimless running. It's intelligent pressing. It's relentless energy. That sets the tone for the rest of the team. When he's flying down the wing, dragging defenders out of position, it creates space for others to thrive. And he's got a knack for popping up with a goal at just the right moment. Then you got the wild cards, the players who on their day can win a match on their own. Yang has shown flashes of brilliance, though he's still rough around the edges. Palmer's delivery from wide areas has been crucial in some key games. And of course, there's Kyogo, our talisman. He's not had quite the same prolific season as last year, but he still delivers when it matters most. His movement, his composure, the way he finds space where there shouldn't be any, he's a nightmare for defenders. You just feel like there's one more big goal in him this season. Maybe at Hampton, maybe at Ibrox, maybe even both. And what about the fans, the Green Brigade, the North Curve, the traveling support? They've been immense. Through the highs and lows, through the patches of inconsistency, they've stood by this team. It's no easy thing being a Celtic supporter. The expectations are sky high, the standards relentless. But that's what makes it so special. When we win, it means something. It's not just 3 points. It's a vindication of the faith, the loyalty, the passion that's poured into every chant, every banner, every scarf held aloft. The atmosphere at Celtic Park in these final matches will be something else. You can feel it already. The anticipation building, every tackle cheered, every shot roared on. And when that final whistle goes and the trophy is lifted, there'll be tears. Joy, relief, pride. It all comes pouring out because we know what it takes to get there. The cold nights in February, the grinding winds in places like Dingwall and Paisley, the injuries, the criticism, the pressure, it all builds to this. But it's not over yet. There's still work to be done. St. Johnstone in the Cup, Dundee United in the league, Ibrox looming, the Scottish Cup final dangling like a golden carrot at the end of the road. We can't afford to take our foot off the gas. Complacency has no place here. Rodgers knows that. The players know that. And if they needed reminding, the fans will. Make sure they hear it loud and clear. These next few weeks aren't just about lifting trophies. They're about writing history, about creating stories that'll be told and retold for years to come, about standing up when it matters most. And if we get it right, if we keep our heads trust in our football and fight for every ball, we could be looking at something truly special. So here we go, boys. One last push. One final march toward glory. Let's do it the Celtic way, with heart, with courage, and with that unshakable belief that we are and always will be more than just a club. We are a family, a people, a cause, and together we'll bring it home. Take care, keep the faith, and I'll see you on the other side. Hail, hail! Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details. About your favorite team, it's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. In a move that has sparked excitement across the Scottish football landscape, Celtic FC are reportedly interested in bringing Newcastle United's seasoned goalkeeper Martin Dúbravka to Glasgow. At 36 years old, the Slovak international might not be the youngest name in the transfer market, but his experience and recent form could be exactly what the Hoops are looking for as they aim to bolster their squad ahead of a crucial summer. Dúbravka, who has been a key figure in Newcastle's recent cup campaigns, including this season's historic EFL Cup run, remains a dependable and composed presence between the sticks. His standout performance in January 2025, when he replaced the injured Nick Pope and won the Premier League's Save of the Month award, showed he still has plenty to offer at the highest level. Celtic's interest signals a strategic move. One that could bring leadership, calm, and high-level experience to their backline. Celtic fans will be intrigued by the goalkeeper's rich resume. A league champion with Žilina, Champions League experience, a spell at Manchester United, and over 40 Premier League clean sheets. Dúbravka was even named Newcastle's Player of the Year in 2019-20 and ranked as the top goalkeeper in the Premier League by 442 in the 2018-19 season, ahead of the likes of Alisson and De Gea. His European and international pedigree, having started every game for Slovakia at Euro 2020 and 2024, makes him a rare commodity in Scottish football. The potential transfer raises questions about Celtic's current plans and goal. Could this signal an exit for Joe Hart, or is the club looking to add depth ahead of a busy European schedule? Either way, the move for Dúbravka shows Celtic are aiming high, both in terms of quality and experience. Sources suggest initial talks may have already taken place, and the player, who has played across Slovakia, Denmark, Czechia, and England, might welcome a fresh challenge in Scotland. Whether or not the deal materializes, one thing is certain: Celtic's ambition is clear. And if they can convince a Premier League tested shot stopper like Dúbravka to don the green and white, it could be one of the most astute signings of the summer window. Hello, fan! Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.